Hi, this is Frank Schaeffer, and I note that Pope Benedict just passed away, and I think this is a good time to speak rather honestly about big-time fundamentalist hardline religion. Back when I was involved with the evangelical far right as an activist in the so-called pro-life movement in the 1980s, all the way through to the beginning of 1990, when I was finally completely out of the movement, I got to know Cardinal Bernard Law of Boston. He was a pro-life activist, quote unquote. I appeared on the stage with him at several fundraisers as his guest, spoke in various venues around the Boston area as his guest. In the meantime, an enormous scandal was brewing where he was protecting Boston area, Massachusetts area, priests and other bishops across the country from prosecution as pedophiles, as the groomer of children for perpetual rape. There's no other way to put this. He then fled to the Vatican, where Benedict gave him shelter when he should have been in an American prison. And thus the story continued of far-right fundamentalist Roman Catholics protecting not just their own homophobic, anti-woman agenda, but also actual criminals and having massive settlements out of court, as everyone knows, that has been in the news globally. It strikes me ironic that at a time when the American right has perpetuated a completely unfounded lie about Democratic legislators saying that somehow they're involved in a ring of child grooming pedophilia, even had one idiot show up in a pizza joint in Washington with a gun, having believed the lies of the QAnon conspiracy folks, etc., that the real global child grooming conspiracy led by the Roman Catholic Church and Pope Benedict for decades has gotten away literally with grooming thousands of children across the world for, and I will use the words again, perpetual rape. I knew Cardinal Law, and as I look back with bitter regret about my own horrible stupidity as a leader in the so-called pro-life movement, with the perpetual life lived since then in apology to those people I damaged, to those women who were screamed at abortion clinics by people that my father, with his movie, Whatever Happened to the Human Race, he made with Dr. C. Everett Koop, Ronald Reagan, Surgeon General, inspired. Mea culpa, forgive me. But I think, having been someone that worked with Cardinal Law, who then hid in the Vatican, hidden by Pope Benedict, kept away from American legal consequences of the protection and conspiracy, actual conspiracy, with child molesters to protect them from prosecution. And the horror of that, it needs to be said. I note that Amy Coney Barrett and the Supreme Court justices who are on the far right, who themselves have supported these Catholic groomers by legislating from the bench to overturn Roe v. Wade and persecute the women of this country in the name of the religion of these groomers, continues to this day. This is a page ripped from A Handmaid's Tale, as much as it is from our own history. And having known Cardinal Law well, I feel a direct connection to this event, and it needs to be said. And let me just finish by something that is going to sound controversial and totally out of key with both the woke left and also the right wing. May I beg you to stop being polite and tolerant of fundamentalist religion, and I mean all of it. Whether that is Jewish, Christian, fundamentalist, evangelical, Roman Catholic, Hindu nationalism, wherever it comes up. Whether it's Saudi Arabia or the people torturing and raping Iranian women in prison cells right now as I speak in the name of the same fundamentalist intolerant, this ridiculous God-based idea that men are in charge. It poisoned my life. It turned me into an asshole by divine right, nearly smashed my marriage, groomed as I was from childhood to think that I somehow as a white male or just a male was in charge of everything. It is really time that we stop this. Please be impolite of fundamentalist religion. Thank you. My name is Frank Schaeffer.